Sungwoo asks Hanho to give the sword back to the one-armed warrior skeleton, because now Hanho needs to use the dagger to fully monopolize his skill. On the way, they see 7 orc hunters attacking a bus. The people inside the bus are retaliating with a spear, but they cannot hold the orcs for a long period of time. Jisoo suggests that they attack the orcs from the front, while the person with the spirit attacks them from behind, but Sungwoo is skeptical about whether or not the person inside the bus will cooperate with them. He suggests a new, better plan. Inside the bus, 2 persons, one with a spear and the other with a shield and sword, are trying their best to fend off the orcs, but they seem to be scared. Meanwhile, a car with skeletons crashes into the orcs, and the skeletons start massacring them. The survivors inside the bus mistake them for worse monsters than the orcs. They are startled when they see Hanho banging on the bus's door and calling them out. The spear guy tells Sungwoo's party that there is a machine they can use to buy items with the gold they acquired by killing the monsters. It's basically an E-rank shop. When Sungwoo turns it on, he has 3 roulette options, including bronze, silver and gold. Hanho has 360 gold, and Jisoo Yoon has 584 gold, so they can only go for the bronze option. Sungwoo has 1552 gold, and he can try the silver roulette, but he also has an unlimited ranked roulette ticket he received early on in the lobby of the college building. Sungwoo taps on the gold roulette option, and it starts spinning. He gets the first place item due to his luck. It is a legendary class item called Tear of the Sea Spirit, and it increases the total mana by 200, and boosts the amount of recovery speed by 200%. Sungwoo is quite happy after receiving this item because he can summon a lot of minions again and again if enough dead bodies are present. Sungwoo spins the silver roulette using his 1000 gold, and he receives a second place item, Vanguard Shield. Jisoo receives a second place sword in the bronze roulette called Punitive Expedition Longsword. Meanwhile, Hanho receives a C-rank potion bundle. It looks like Tessen's group is still fighting in the sports field. Someone decides that they are going to help them using a bus instead of a car this time. Normal students are getting massive by the orcs, while Daesung and his other awakened friends are trying to escape the orcs by themselves. The bus arrives in the sports field, and it crashes into the orcs. Kyung-sui, the spearman, is driving the bus, and he's quite happy because he's receiving a lot of gold for killing the orcs. Meanwhile, Hanho and the skeletons are also getting rid of orcs by throwing knives at them. The bus stops near the survivors, and someone tells the survivors to get inside the bus. Jisoo slashes an orc, and the orc catches fire due to the effects of the fire whetstone, which she has received after killing the first boss of the campus building's rooftop. The remaining orcs are easily killed left and right by Sungwoo and his minions. After the battle ended, Na-song and his awakened friends tried to get on the bus, but they are stopped by Sungwoo. Sungwoo knew that they were trying to escape using the other students as bait. Dancing is quite pissed after hearing it, but their conversation comes to a halt when they hear a roar, and they receive a notification that the orc chief is infuriated by the failed hunt. Sungwoo gets a bit afraid after hearing the roar. He knows that he needs as much help as he can to defeat the orc chief. Sungwoon tells their songs party that they can join him if they are willing to listen to his orders. Daesung eats his pride and is about to enter the bus, but someone demands that Daesung should hand over his chainmail if he wants to hop on the bus. Daesung asks how he can protect himself without the chainmail, so Sungwoo replies that he will protect him, and this is a small price he needs to pay for his protection. Sungwoo is now on level 5, and he can summon mid-level monsters like orcs. The skill card he chose allows him to summon 2 more minions. Now he can summon up to 9 minions. Some will give the chainmail to the one-armed skeleton, but he seems to be struggling with it. The one-armed skeleton is his oldest minion. That's why he gave him a nickname Righty, because he only has a right arm. While Song was removing the chainmail from Righty, Hanho tells him that they think they need another bus if they want to keep rescuing more survivors. Sungwoo says that there is no need for that. He tells the survivors that they are going to engage in combat with the orcs very soon because the orc chief is pissed and he decided to wage an all-out war on the humans. Unlike previously where they were only attacking in waves, one of the survivors breaks the silence and tells them that he saw over 100 orcs in the gym. This scares the survivors, and they receive penalties because most of the survivors have lost their will to fight after hearing it. But Songwoo is sure that there are fewer than 100 orcs left because they already killed a lot of them. He tells everyone that he's going to fight the orcs alone. Daesung and his Lankies become more cocky after hearing it. They think Songwoo was just lucky until now, and he's soon going to dig his own grave. Jisoo tells Songwoo that killing 100 monsters is not going to be easy, even for him. Someone replied that even if they flocked together, they wouldn't be useful because most of the survivors are weaker than his skeletons. He told his companions that they are helpful, but things are going to get more dangerous, so he's not going to take them with him. Jisoo thinks Seungwoo has a rational mind, but this time he is being a bit reckless. After escorting the survivors to the safe building, Seungwoo starts heading towards his next destination along with his minions. His body members are watching him from the bus, ready to rush over if something happens to Seungwoo. In the sports ground, Seungwoo comes face to face with a large number of orcs. There's an enraged red-haired orc commanding them, someone who seems like a mid-level boss. The red-haired orc orders the other orcs to attack Seungwoo. Seungwoo heads towards a small staircase where he and his minions make a stand. There's only one narrow staircase where the orcs can attack him, making his place easy to defend. Orcs start approaching the stairs, and Seungwoo uses his bracelet skill while Berserker, which gives him and his minions a 10 attack increase and a 20 speed increase against all goblin-type enemies for 10 minutes. Skeletons start throwing their knives towards the orcs, and they start falling like flies. The red-haired orc blocks the knives, and Sung orders his skeletons to start attacking using the bone gloves, but they are easily overwhelmed by the orcs. The one-armed skeleton becomes enraged after watching his skeleton friends getting decimated, but Seungwoo stops him because it's not his turn yet. Seungwoo resurrects the dead orcs in place of the fallen skeletons. They also receive a weapon synergy buff, because there are more than 5 orcs with the same axe weaponry in the party. The skeleton orcs start decimating the orcs. Even if some skeleton orcs fall, new ones are resurrected to take their place, and they don't even get tired like the orcs. Seungwoo knows that this is the correct way of utilizing his Necromancer class. The survivors watching from the windows of the building are amazed after witnessing the onslaught of orcs by Seungwoo. His party members who are in the bus are also quite happy after watching him take out the orcs. Meanwhile, Seungwoo is impressed by his new legendary item, the Sea Spirit, which increases his throttle mana by 200 and his mana regeneration by 200%. The remaining orcs are still holding up fiercely, so Seungwoo orders Righty to jump into the fight. Righty takes care of the remaining orcs in a few seconds, and Seungwoo receives a new roulette ticket for slaying 100 monsters. It turns out Seungwoo is the 21st person to complete this achievement, and his rank will also increase to infinite status, which is only limited to 100 people. Sogo witnesses some fools crossing a bus into the main gate. On the other hand, school president Daesung's group is being kidnapped by orcs. Seungwoo heads towards their direction to save them, and other awakened people who are watching get pumped up and start following him. Sung, who heads inside the building where orcs have kept Daesung's group captive, finds a shaman orc there who seems to be their new boss. Inside there are also many dead bodies of other monsters. Seungwoo tells everyone to get ready, but the situation isn't looking good for them. Daesung begs Seungwoo to save them, but Seungwoo replies that he will try his best, but he's not a miracle worker, and they got themselves into that situation in the first place. When Seungwoo's party charges out at the orcs, they start killing the dead group members as some sort of ritual to enhance the power of the boss monster. Some of his group stops after watching this cruel scene. The boss gets a power buff after the sacrifice and uses the Breath of Abyss on Seungwoo's party, leaving them all in a state of confusion. Their mana is also burning at a faster rate. The reinforced boss monster makes his full appearance, a junior black magician orc. Chief Hanho drinks a potion to heal his status effect and offers it to Seungwoo. Seungwoo is not affected by the boss's Breath of Abyss. On the contrary, his mana has increased up to 4,000 due to the effects of the Breath of Abyss. He tells Hanho to give the potion to Jisoo. Seungwoo's other stats have also increased temporarily due to the Breath of Abyss. Now he can summon 50 minions at the same time. The boss did not expect this, and he is also confused by it. Jisoo and Hot Host start rushing towards the boss, but Seungwoo stops them. He resurrects all the dead bodies inside the boss room, and Song receives a lot of synergies due to this large number of minions possessing the same type of weapons. Seungwoo is now overflowing with power, ready to show the true power of death to the boss. What will happen next? Find out next time by staying tuned for our future recaps. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more great recaps.